playing exceptionally well, and has been so far in this Blue Jays jersey. And I hope to see him for longer term projects, because back in Akimbo, it wasn't necessarily a professional project, but still able to give most of North America a run for his money. Now a chance to kind of play in a more professional environment with the chance to go to ESL Pro League. Eyes on you, Laxi. Maybe he can make it to the big leagues.
I would certainly hope so here. I feel like, again, obviously there's a huge structure change when you're dealing with a team like Akimbo, who I think called everything off spawn and almost constantly rushed. It's a bit of a change here, as we know Blue Jays like to play it a little bit slower, but he's still slotting into the system nicely. You're seeing some of the mechanics come through effectively that he brings to the table. So there's still a whole lot of potential, a whole lot of excitement here as this team extends even further. Speaking of exciting here, we've seen this B setup. It was the exact same one they ran last Inferno. They're running it back here. Classy with the flashbang, Junior and Classy looking to fight off the contact of Cryptic.
Top ropes here for Cryptic, but gets uppercutted away. 2 kills so far, needing that extra one. There's a goosh landed onto Chop, but same goes to Junior. He's in trouble. Everyone's missing. But eventually, Marsborne break through. Classy on low HP as well, but here comes the dualies. Rolling through on the flank, running even. Being quick, but needing a long-range headshot. 2 players tuck that dark, but Grizz not ready for that pull position. Caught off guard, and everyone dropped. It's Blue Jays who mow through the pistol.
Yeah, full team effort this time around, where it was Classy and Junior doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Everyone getting involved in this pistol here. And at least it's still successful on that setup. I think really well done from Classy to stay alive and ensure that they don't press the issue in towards coffins. That's where post plants get a lot more tricky when you're retaking there. So the fact that Classy stays alive and contains that space, and how active Laxi is, how fearless he is on the flank, it just makes sure that the post plants were never established for Marsborne. You can't really get away often with huddling in the back of the site. I mean, you just finished watching a Falcons demo. You know that better than anyone.
Hey! Yeah, I might be crafting something in between those big breaks, alright?
Sorry, no spoiler.
No spoilers. I totally haven't already tweeted about it, so.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. But yes, we have Walko swinging forward here. Trying to draw rotate, and he has. Blue Jays defense looking like Falcons on Inferno as they over-rotate to the B site. Now Junior returns back in time. Jiggle peeking in middle, has a back turn. Viz just moonwalks into him, but a Deagle headshot right back. And we've got an ace site that's under threat.
Not a bad answer back there with the Deagle. Tough to trade that out. Now he picks up a FAMAS for his troubles as well. Walko, the edge of this smoke. Is he going to scale through? It seems likely. And running into the brick wall. Oh, Laxi able to react to that. Now he's running through the smoke as well for Cryptic, creating chaos. And Freshie to finish off the job. As Blue Jays move up 2-0. They punish the force by here. Even with the slight over rotations, they get back where they need to be in time. And are able to use utility to delay that take from Marsborne.
It was a good idea from Marsborne. They almost got the timing they wanted in middle. Junior almost left the setup. Does return back in time. Delivers the one. Fast rotates as well. You're talking about it. Good awareness there from Alaxi. Sometimes it's a bit tough when you're on the site and you have to deal with both pit and apps, but he makes the right read. They're going to commit through the smoke. And an immediate tactical called in here from Marsborne. First gun round is going to be a little ways away, so I wonder what the thought process is here for Lucid, who was in the server yesterday and was still enough to deliver a 2-0 win over Marca Registrada. But now he's calling from up above.
The job's a little bit easier when you have full 5. Did feel like, you know, even despite that, Marsborne were still able to get some impressive maps. I think of that nuke map where all 4 people that were loose were able to kind of pick up the mantle. And here's Junior with the MP9, trying to farm up some economy.
Oh, Walko close right, and he gets dealt with. Does decide Junior, Laxi out of ammo. Freshie needing to guard these guns, and that smoke picked up is big time. That allows him to scoop up guns, or do you think? Still a push down banana makes things weird. But no deagle headshot weaved in between. Grizz to the MP9. Close, but no cigar.
Hey, well, I mean, they accomplished the goal of at least making sure Junior doesn't farm up some of that economy by landing that quick kill. But Classy is staying alive in all 3 rounds here. Means he can probably just toss over and up to Junior's side of things. Good start once again for Blue Jays, who have had their struggles on their first series. They weren't really winning pistols, to be honest with you. They were constantly losing them out, as starting them off slow in these series, and that's been a big change. I think the setups have been a lot more effective very quickly. Went 0 for 4 in the first matchup on pistols versus Marsborne in those first 2 maps, which didn't start them off great, but able to get back into the swing of things ever since then.
Yeah, today's win over Boss was brought to you by Walko, who has been playing exceptionally since he's kind of returned to playing at the moment. Kind of stopped playing with the party astronauts. Took a step back from competition, but now returning to play with Marsborne. And one thing is that Walko just has these games. He plays very impactful positions where sometimes he can just frag out of his mind and take over games. Kind of have that Walko match.
He has that capability. I think always calling took a little bit of a dampening on that, but one thing I know about Walko is that he works a lot on his mechanics. So I think after a little bit of a break here and him coming back and already looking warmed up, it doesn't surprise me all that much. Great
counter flash. Yeah. No chance there. Junior even eating more grenade damage. There's a molly. Man. And no chance at a refrag.
Really fighting for it here. They're not giving up on this, but the utility's been way too good for Marsborne. Walko full stationary. Won't have any more util. You just have to rely on patience right now.
You're worried about logs. He's stepping forward, though, around the angle of Walko's got the headshot. Clasia does play close, though. Barrel scene. Walko knows. Clasia, will he be hard cleared? Yes, Walko's got a triple in this round to win it. Single-handedly for Marsborne.
That'll do. 3 entries right there. I mean, that is exactly what he's capable of. Watched him on Nuke here. He looked like he was just destroying Blue Jays constantly on both sides of the half there in the outer yard. And as you said, he plays very impactful, very aggressively on this Marsborne team so far that we've seen, and you can see why they set him up. I mean, that's just good setup from Marsborne and even better execution from Walko.
Freshie in big trouble. That's not great for Laxi. He's so cooked. You'd have to think only a dink gone to Viz. Not enough. That makes 3-1. Blue Jays will have a buyback, but you're seeing just the protocols there from Marsborne. You have that beautiful flashbang that Walko calls for to fight back the banana control. And it just owns the Blue Jays.
Yeah, not only the flashbang with the molly to make sure that Junior can't fight forward right there. The HEs that keep him down low. There's just so much follow-up when Walko goes through that smoke. Well-placed HE. Junior not allowed to take space on banana here, but keeping his op posted up in the meantime. Got a smoke on top brackets here for the CT side, but the setup looking a little bit gambly towards the B side of the map as Halls is being taken right now by Marsborne. That bodes well for them. Take the space.
Gonna go through this, so double nades. And then calling the bluff. Smoke's about to fade. There's an op behind that could be threatening. Chop in the apartments is going to try and sell an A play. Junior is posted here on the B site. He's going to take the smoke though at 30 seconds, and it looks like they're going to try running through. Does dive back in towards the dark position while Classia is making magic happen. A wallbang headshot from Junior. Didn't even see him. And everyone blows up on the B site. Junior with the hold. And the round is over. Chop in Narnia.
Guns to be recovered here. Even Freshy looking for a gun to pick up on his own. And gets caught. Okay, he survives there, Chop. Not quick enough on the draw to find the kill, but is able to stay alive here. And that's a great defense on that B side coming through from Junior. Getting out of that risky position forward facing, and the utility just forcing them through the gray screen of that smoke. Pushing past the smoke, taking those sort of risks, providing extra eyeballs away from Junior as he plucks them out as well. Blue Jays make a decisive move. It's all in on that B side defense. They fight in front of the smokes as opposed to behind them.
Towering above. Marsborne still in with a chance. Cryptic flashbang in. I think that might have been seen. Wolfie gets that tag. Are you kidding? Eventual escape
Walko
there for Cryptic, and just gets away from Walko turning the corner.
Wow. I can't believe Walko doesn't catch him. Cryptic was back turned, just running away. Walko unable to track his prey. At least to complete the kill that was started. Now they're going to run into this op here as a reaction. Junior on the line, posted up. They have utility to force him off, or is it going to be a dry peek from Wolfie? Instead, he falls off the line, allowing them to scale. There's that utility. He can't afford to peek into this Wolfie op.
So he's standing on the angle, though. It's a committed fight. That's the problem. Junior gets his one, but will be quickly traded by the masses. And Blue Jays on the B site. Marsborne will walk in for free. Hunt begins. I mean, bold angle from Junior there. Was hoping someone swings from Boiler and not three people rumbling around the corner up close. And Biz given a chance on Laxi.
Oh, that might do it on the Cryptic. Oh. I don't know how that didn't bounce right, but able to stay alive here. They're still hunting. They're very aggressive on this. They've got to contain, though, and I think they know the risk of turning that corner. And 3 players won't stick around too long. Entry pathing looking phenomenal. Lauco to lead it off there on the trade, making sure Junior can escape, but also, you know, the reason I think Junior's playing that confidently, he does have Freshy up above him, kind of watching forward there from balcony. And the hope is that then Freshy can cover as that op takes that first point of contact. But Wolfie is too quick right there and plays coverage on the op right there and ends up being really well coordinated on the attack. We got another buy here, and same setup here. Just trying to get Wildco on Banana. If any control gets taken here, he's set up with those flashes that are a reaction off the back of utility.
It's always a seesaw with that utility. One flashbang counters another. It's just the person who loses is the person who throws the flashbang first.
Yeah.
And a retake.
Well.
Boost over, though. And a walkthrough, easy peasy. All this utility being disrespected.
Blue Jays have bluffed a lot of this banana retake control, not taking it, but Chop might be taking contact on this A side. Oh my god, he spins on 1 HP. Can't escape the HE, but he does draw a hell of a lot of attention. And it slows the round down.
All right. HE to break the smoke. Hiding around the edge of it, though, is Cryptic. And the counter utility, or perhaps just a team flash. No, it was Classia.
Oh,
doesn't get it. Now Laxi's going to hear them running up mid. Up on the boost. No flashes. It's time to strike.
Oh.
0. He gets none. Junior, MP9, running in the open. Desperation. Nothing. Laxi had a triple spray down in front of him. Instead, he gets nothing. Gap and smoke will allow a chance at a retake. But what could have been?
No one budging right now. It's going to be so slow in this retake. They've got to get moving here, hoping that a mistake is made, but that's not the case. Coverage on all angles right now. Spotting out Viz. What's one quick kill from Classia?
Now the walk forward. Cryptic. In with a chance, but doesn't flick fast enough. Wolfie sharp on the shot. But that could have been it. Right there for Laxi. One headshot in there would have been enough to win the round. Man.
I feel like 3 backs turned. If he's just crosshair at head level, that's a different story, but I think that elevated angle makes it difficult to get those big spray downs and land those headshots. Just mechanically a whole lot more challenging. It just does damage instead of getting any sort of kill. That would have changed the tides of that round. Or could have at least. Uh-oh. Boost. Oh, that's a double. That's a double. Oh, Chop. He's the one that tossed it in second there and gets rewarded for his HE throw. This one cleaned up in a jiffy.
Ugh. Man, I'm just thinking about that moment. I was so ready for a highlight in my bones when I watch Laxi with 3 backs turned. But that feels like it has the most pressure on it. When you know the kills are going to be easy. You're ready yourself. You tense up. That is the art of the choke. But it's all good. It's 4-4. And Viz has a clean and easy kill. And will just knock down Classia from the perch. And it puts Blue Jays in a weird spot. They don't have enough to go for big spending on AWPs. Stuff.
A really challenging position here economically. Obviously going to go all in. But Marsborne fighting back here. Showing how effective and maybe doesn't come as a massive surprise how comfortable this team is gelling with a couple of changes, but counter utility looking phenomenal. Map control, just all the protocols here to trade things out are all the more punishing. The Blue Jays do have to face even bigger challengers. Walker's been providing so much damage on this B side. The utility damage looking to rain on it as well. Cryptic down to half HP. They started 4 players on Banana. And as the dust settles, they eventually kind of fade away from that setup. An early sacrifice that you think would lead to a little bit more ground, but leads up into a eventual more passive hold on this B side.
So holding on to brackets control, though. Maintaining the pressure. Still a smoke and a molly available for Classy at 30 seconds. This B site should just be closed. Right now, it's BLUEJAYS who just by sheer utility should have this. So it's coming back to the A site instead with 25 seconds on the clock.
Sometimes this A side has fallen over, though. And Laxi is going to be a little bit removed here now, outside of the smoke, looking for smoke spam, nothing connecting, and it's going to be a push from Malco through it.
Does get the kill, but seconds remain on the clock. They have to run through smokes. Freshie gets a second, needing to stay alive. Lots of team damage in the mix, too. But needed a triple. And that puts BLUEJAYS in for a retake, but they know there's so much damage done. Still, they won't try it.
Enough.
I would have put a molly to the back site just for fun. Classy needs the utility. Yeah, just to see, hey, maybe I do burn someone out of position and we get a 2v2. I think if they had a smoke, they'd try.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think the smoke is the big missing piece here. Always difficult to scale in those sort of rounds when so many different angles to cover. Marsborne do a great job again of managing the clock just enough to create weakness in the defense. I mean, whenever you're executing into that A side and you've got one player watching arches that late into a round there, not really coordinated with the other two defenders on that A side, it is kind of an advantage for that T side, even though you do see Laxi get his one. You always want to be dealing with a triple crossfire pit site. Something of that nature that could be a whole lot more effective than just grouped up on site like that. Actually goes for the Deeg, no luck. Getting shut down here in apartments.
Four on 5 and a gamble to B site. That is a very incorrect gamble. Oh my goodness, the stun for Freshie. He just got hit with 3 flashbangs. Oh my goodness, no chance. That is one thing that Lucid has brought here for Marsborne, is that they are so tactically sound. I mean, we had the pleasure to watch this team nearly qualify to the major at the North American MRQ, and they showed that level. Sometimes it would fall apart. Sometimes players would maybe overthink and overcook a situation, but Marsborne do play a style at Counter-Strike that is of a very class level.
No, I'm right there with you. I mean, I think they have an excellent structure, and as you can see, it's already kind of slotting in nicely with some of the changes that they faced. It's under pressure here on the B side of the map. It's a rifle falling to the floor there. Same is true for Junior and his Deagle. Can't last too much longer. But the utility we've already seen here on Inferno, especially when you have, you know, a full team that is ready to capitalize on the utility, that is ready to take that space. The execution power of this team and the buy-in of these players is all with it when it comes down to, you know, the sort of structure that Lucid brings to the table, or the experience that Wolfie has internationally playing out in Europe. I think both of those add immense value.
All of that combining, but how do they react to the bottom B control at the moment? Marsborne running out of utility themselves. So
Finally.
eyes have to be set towards the A site.
They're able to, capitalize on some of these early resources spent down B. They won't stick around forever. The smokes eventually will fade, and that'll start maybe an effort to recover some of this lost space as Cryptic just jiggles down. Starts to feel a little bit of the heat of the pressure, the utility that heads his way. His job is to delay, allowing for more players to stack over towards A, but Laxi is going to rotate back.
Yeah, obviously still no brackets pressure, but the risk of an apps pop. Classy is watching this. It's an extremely powerful setup, but look at this utility set. Will that be enough to stop them in the apartments? Oh my goodness, what an entry from Viz, but Classy still stands, not to Walco spam. A beautiful execute from Marsborne. Take notes.
And just another little trick up the sleeve right there on this T side. Pulling that one out late in the half here for even more opportunities to capitalize. They've been so effective at isolating these fights on the anchors.
That is some high-level stuff. I mean, perfect for the setup that they're trying to run. Everything's so beautiful about that. Smoke in front of lane, segments off that apartments player so he doesn't get vision into apps. It also lets the lane players run through a smoke and challenge the pit player. Moto smoke in play as well, all from alt mid. The utility set thrown. Marsborne with the beautiful call and then a beautiful execution. That got me feeling some type of way, Cole.
Excitement, hope.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I mean, again, the structure that they're bringing right now, incredibly well versed here on their map pick. I'm right there with you. I'm incredibly impressed. Entrance found once again. Back in open, faster play from Wolfie this time, trying to lead the charge up B. Gonna get met with counter utility. Again, the ping pong flashbangs that roll on up Banana allow for Wolfie to capitalize, at least for an opener, but Cryptic strikes back here and is gonna eventually have to fade away. But a 1-for-1 here and so much disruption as they still look to scale up Banana.
Flashbang for Classy, that just misses. Or maybe that was an attempt to blind anyone running forward. Either way, a massive utility dump on the B site. Still, though, Marsborne will come back to A. Only 2 players present. And walking back into the angle, Chop has the instant headshot.
She gets past the line and punishes Junior. Now it's just an MP9 and he's spotted. Isolated. His teammates are completely removed. He has to go for some miracle play. And it's not going to go his way. Cryptic spotted on the other side of the map here. Leads to this one looking likely for an 8-4. Just a marathon sprint now for Cryptic to try and make this one possible. And the 1v3, but Chop's going to be the first hurdle he has to jump. And he can't get past him at 8-4 half. After a little bit of a slow start, they go on a 7-round run to close us off.
And we are back aboard. 8-4 right now between Marsborne and BLUEJAYS. And Marsborne playing absolutely awesome Counter-Strike at the current moment.
Yeah, I'm so impressed. We're on that first half there. Looks like they have a whole lot of tricks up their sleeves to try and capitalize and bring this to an 8-4 half despite losing the pistol, losing the first 2 rounds after. They make it look like a dominant half when the guns come out. Now could they close it out on the CT side? It's a good start there. Quick pistol shot right there on the Cryptic, and his motion already punished as Grizz fires up as well, but he continues to go for these fights here. Wako now left alone, but Viz finds another, cutting off the player going through Balk, and this one completely crumbles. Junior now left last man standing. He's sharp at the P250, but he has to do it all.
Okay, and he won't even be, he tries to plant, but somehow, as he's going down to press the digit, Chop takes him out. 9-4 for Marsborne. And a runaway map. I thought we were gonna see something clean and procedural here from the BLUEJAYS, but Marsborne have played a wonderful team-based map of Inferno so far. They haven't needed ridiculous triple kills. A lot of these rounds, they've totally outplayed them.
They've just limited the multi-kills of BLUEJAYS completely in that first half. At the best, you're talking about a one and done. Outside of those first 3 rounds, it has been so incredibly dominant at shutting that aspect of BLUEJAYS' game. It's one of the better aspects of that team. Completely out.
And the rest of this should be shut down just as the flash comes through. It does blind 2 eventually. Terrible timing, but it's not going anywhere. Grizz locking it down with 2. And Marsborne well on their way to taking their map pick and advancing here in EPL qualifier. Was it just the stand-in difference? Viz, the player the coach was filling, is 16-8.
Yeah. I mean, they, again, Lucid obviously feeling a little bit mechanically outmatched there when he was playing, but they still were able to get wins. That was what was so impressive, is that somehow they plug and played Lucid in the server on what I think was, as far as I'm aware, a pretty like last minute decision that they had to make. so you have no time to kind of prepare or at least like learn utility. You can already see what happens when they're at full force here. The executions are deadly, and Viz's firepower definitely being felt. Look at this setup here. Out of the gates, dodging the flashes. 4-man bracket setup that they're looking to walk into.
Molly. Oh, into Boiler. That singes 2 players. It's big info right now from Marsborne. And in fact, they're just going to let him have mid. You know what? You're coming in with all these players. We're just going to toss some utility in and peace out. As Cryptic gets knocked forward, extra rotates are here as well. With 30 seconds on the clock, they have yet to make a commitment.
I mean, maybe the last-ditch effort towards B. Bomb is recovered and heading in that direction, so only option really available, and Walko still has a molly. Throw that down any moment now, and he can delay this one.
Is he gonna deploy it? In they go. He's gonna keep utility in hand. Here comes a flashbang. Lines up 1. Walko just needing to play for the time, and he's gotten both kills. Classia's setting down the digits, and Freshy has got the coverage.
Oh my
But
god.
they didn't get it down in time.
Oh! Oh, I thought they had it. I thought Freshy did enough with the coverage, but the bomb plant doesn't come through quick enough. Enough delay offered up by Walko in the chaos. Capitalizing on the clock. And so 2 saved rifles roll out for Blue Jays, but no reward of the round victory. A chance at heroics just gets ripped from them. And they're just letting loose.
Might signal the end of this game unless Wolf can cough up this hold, and he does. Falls to Freshy. Weakened A site, but a good crossfire between Grizz and a flank developing. Walko can't get the kill though. So that's 5 players up the lane. Now Viz activates for just 2. Is that enough to consider going for it? Is the question. But that's a deep moto smoke. That's an angle here for Chop that he might want to take. Full belt to utility to consider going for it. And Classia looking away, but hits the headshot. As he turns back, it's a save.
Wow. Classia still managing to find impact there and punish the flank that was missed out on. This is scaling too quick from Blue Jays, looking like they let it all lie on that rush alone and rewarded in the biggest way. So much risk taking right there all throughout that. Pushing the apartment smoke that was thrown in deep towards long haul. A huge risk, and then capitalizing on a surprised Wolfie. I think he had a little bit more time to recover. It is a desperately needed round for Blue Jays right there. Just a ticket back for Blue Jays here. Break that money, show up with a little bit more of those heroics, see if you can punish. This team is tough to put out, but you have to imagine that that structure gonna go a long way there. Grizz back turned and gets a headshot onto Freshy, but he's got the better gun.
For Wolfie though, and blinded by the flashbang, takes the off angle, now forced back by the molly.
GG.
Stand and fight. Well, no longer standing. MP9 does come back in, though. And could allow for extra rotates. A missed banana smoke, though. I think Junior has an angle for it. Swings past. Top don't care. He gets onto the site. He can mount a defense from here. Tucking towards back of new box. And Laxi burning in his teammate's molly. At least Cryptic to get the trade, but a 2v2 and a fast flank. That will not be respected. Bomb dropped. 1v1.
Can't find the bomb. There it goes. Finally, gather the bomb there and running through the smoke there. Might get a good idea of where this last player is.
Walker gets to post up the left side of Banana. Swings out of timing, and Glacia annihilates him. Walco had one shot at the king and is blasted.
Oh man, and it gets chaotic. It's in such Blue Jays fashion in which we see some of these rounds potentially just crumble in front of them, but this time Class showing up with some of his signature clutching. And that is the economy snapping here for Marsborne here. That is the ticket back for Blue Jays in this game, in this map. Five USBs, all they have to bring to the table in this one.
One with a nifty tactic, though, that I actually like. There's two players on the boost. And if an improper CT smoke comes through, like that, the first player activates, he goes down, there's a second. Is that they're going for a little stack? Never mind, they were going for the boost. I thought both were playing at the same level. Still, though, Cryptic could get found here by the boost, and he gets 3 instead. And that will call curtains on this round. As a legendary hold from my god. Okay. Junior does spin around for the instant headshot.
Jeez. Could have been a little bit more scary.
If he got the quick double dink onto Freshie, I think there's a chance.
Yeah, catching Junior while he's planting the bomb. If he had any better weapon right there, definitely, but a couple kills there, about what you'd hope for in a round like that for Blue Jays. This time, able to back up this full gun round with a lot of utility, with an AWP for Wolfie. Heading in that direction of Banana. Molly's in multiple of them here. And a boost above the smoke, doesn't get caught there. Wolfie misses his shot, but is unpunished. Is able to escape here. Leaving that T side with bruises with the utility damage. Offense is so separated right now. We got brackets control being established, but I want to make the moves here. It seems pretty set and standard. So they do have brackets control that they want to finish towards B with the bomb still being positioned there.
It's the clock that Marsborne are trying to use as their weapon in this round. You can see the utility continually being cycled here at B. Walco has a re-smoke coming through at about 30 seconds. There's a util set. Here comes the re-smoke. Walco likely to fight in front of this when the time comes. Here comes the util set. Wolfie at the dark pillar. Flashbang through and nails the first shot. Walco does not continue pressing forward, however. Wolfie just keeps racking up shots, though. Had a third chance, but not quite meant to be. Walco. Deny. Will run on through and deny the plant. Not quite, but he gets the kill either way. And that leaves Freshie in an unwinnable situation as Grizz will catch him. Playing with the time excellently there. On the side of Marsborne. This map point for them.
Yeah, I mean, at least the bomb plant right there able to go down. But like you said, I think so much panic in that execute. And so little utility left for that T side with how Wolfie's playing that one. Even the fact that Walco doesn't fully commit, he's still able to line up 2 kills while avoiding the flashes with his position behind the pillar. Which is perfectly played from Wolfie. That's a little bit of that experience in the positioning that he's so effective at. And now playing confidently. No op on the other end of the server. Luxury to push down and peek forward and towards middle. But the clock management right now for Marsborne, saving utility late into these rounds. They understand the tendencies of BLUEJAYS to be a little bit slow on their map control. And so hanging back has been their effective tool to win these rounds.
It looks like they're gonna do it again. Going to be the arch take. Wolfie in trouble. He doesn't get the take his Molly, but he picks off the second player in line. Cryptic will still progress forward. Molly in towards lane, but an overstep from Grizz. That leaves Viz to put up the hold on the site. Gets a dink, but not the extras.
Oh my
it will
God.
be a chop to finish off Glacia. 2v3, a site.
Oh, straight through the smoke right there, and a little visual. One player spotted inside the pit, stuck. Allowing for them to zone in on their location, but he gets out off the back of the flashbang. The bullet just vanishes. So some survival for Cryptic right now.
And a flashbang high. Wolfie extends, but not enough. There's another flashbang high low. Junior gets the one. It's a 1v1, but Cryptic's got it. And BLUEJAYS stay alive on Inferno.
Wow. Survival instincts right there. Able to escape and win the 1v1 on 1 HP for Cryptic, keeping his team in this one. Just enough between the duo to seal that one on up despite the chaos. BLUEJAYS surviving in these clutch moments. This team is so hard to put down.
Some of these rounds just such nail biters. Marsborne in good position. I mean, dude, where did the shot from Wolfie go?
I don't know.
I mean, did Cryptic just get out of the line in case? Or just in time? I mean, I don't know. Whatever the case is, you can't dwell on it. Yeah, here it is. Actually, for literally 2 frames, you can see a portal open up and swallow up the bullet. All right.
You just have to pause it at the right time.
Yeah, you just have to pause it at the right time. It's like it's like trying to find Bigfoot. You know, 2 frames. Oh my God, look at that! It's the Bigfoot.
Okay.
Poor Chop is in some trouble here at B. Yeah,
you know what? Not all that bad. Surprising. It only takes 14 damage. After all is said and done.
I like the utility set that Chop has. It's really feigning that there's some sort of force buy.
You know what I miss? I miss 5 smokes dropped outside of CT spawn. and like 157 while the rest of the team stacks on the A side. That was one of my favorite Inferno moves.
We should bring that shit back.
We gotta.
Oh
I think it's about time for people to start recycling that. The cycle, like Counter-Strike strats sometimes come in cycles, and I think that one's about ready to revive.
The most infuriating. Dude, the most infuriating round ever. Unfortunately, it's a nice A stack. Oh, USBs do get found. Oh, we got another AK dropped. Well, they clear Chop back at the site. They surely will, right? Ooh, you had a chance. Actually, was not looking. Yeah, 3 bullets to get 1 kill off the USB. There we have it.
I want to know whose charm this is right now. Look at it floating on the edge of his gun.
Why would you ever want that?
I just put you know, some of those new major charms on my USP. I didn't get any good ones though.
Oh, I got the ones you wanted, because the only good souvenir package to open from those is the Mirage one with the Mongols and Vitality.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, we're hunting for the gold knot. We're hunting for the 910 Ace
The
Desert
910
Hydra.
Desert Hydra Ace. That would feed generations. Not just families, but
So it's only a 1 in 3,756 chance to get it. You know, that's actually how rare it is to get a rev in the souvenir package.
jeez.
No problem for a guy like me with all these cases being open these days. We got Viz defending here on the arch side. Banger flashbang forces one right towards spawn. Viz in trouble though, on a timer in this position, about to be flanked. But instead, his teammates have saved him. Viz can't save himself, however. This comes down to Grizz holding on inside of the pit. One helped up by Chop. He dies in his own molly. That lets Junior have a chance at the clutch. Are you kidding? 1v1, 14 HP. And Wolfie walking up with the AWP, coming up the lane right now. Back turned here for Junior. He'll spin back in and get taken down by the USP. And that's the map. Unbelievable way for it to end. A 1G nearly cost Marsborne. But at the end of the day, they played the much better Counter-Strike. They're going to take map 1 here of the series.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how much clutch factor BLUEJAYS really have in some of these rounds, but when it comes to dealing with a team with that much structure and that much capability, it is a whole nother task trying to move on. And sure, maybe Inferno being Marsborne map pick, they're a little bit more prepared for the exact setups in the...
And we are back aboard. Marsborne able to take map number 1, and they have just been playing some pristine Counter-Strike. It has structure, it has finesse, and, well, they're now up a map versus the BLUEJAYS and one away from sending this new-look roster out of ESL Pro League contention. The one that challenged M80 just yesterday could fall 2-0 in what could be a big-time surprise, but now... Dry run up middle into Walco's dual Berettas. The first bullet is a headshot. Does he have anything more from the 2 guns? A second in line. And not quite the third. Good damage downrange, but a 3v3.
Enough delay though. They're boxed into Donut right now. That's a good molly to try and get out. But in the meantime, Viz pushes forward and covers the flank. So now it's just Classy left standing. The 1v3 trying to pull this clutch on home, but too much coverage. Keeps him isolated. And they're all grouping up, just keeping that bomb safe and sound as a smoke blooms in the face of Classy, making this one feel not possible. Outside looking in, without bomb in his control, there's no real way out of this. He's just going to look to play off the clock here and reposition, but already Viz ready to meet him with a flank in the cubby.
Yeah, Classy.
Clear.
He will clear it. Oh, all right. 1v2. 2 players in Donut, though. Staying very sneaky here. And a timing could be missed out as Classy has made his way through CT spawn. Has to actually enter the tunnel. And now the jig is up. Double swing. And no miracles today from Classy. Marsborne with the pistol. Good start. Dangerous position.
Yeah, I mean, I love that Walco, when it's so rare to do this, takes that opening kill and doesn't stick around here. When you see a dual Beretta firing up like that, it is almost guaranteed to be, okay, we're fighting until the death. We're not giving up this space, but he gets that kill, falls back, delays the round even long enough for Viz to flank, and beautiful round put together already from Walco. Good flashbang, but too late on the trades here. Do get their way on in. Also effective.
Uh-oh.
Has to rely on a little bit of smoke spam, but looking to deny the bomb plant, but they can lock in the digits. All right, Classy able to punch it in, and an extra kill involved as well. So much out of so little for Blue Jays there.
All right. Tons of damage on the eco, plus the bomb plant. That's about the best way this kind of round can go. Barring the 2% chance of a miracle. And so all aboard. A perfect buy coming through from Blue Jays. But losing a couple of your guns means everyone else upgrades for the CT side. This will be no bonus round. This is where it means something. As we're looking to have a collision in middle. It's a 3-man start. And Laxi will not challenge. Set an amazing grenade. Somehow that didn't deal more. Lane control coming up.
Rocco re-smoking and committing his position. I mean, just caught in the wide open of middle if there was any activity from this T side, but a lot to escape. Cryptic gonna settle on the flashbang to get them out. Rocco gonna take an off angle to try and play off in red room here. That can be effective if they're scaling into donut, but leads to a lot of danger as well in a committed fight that is tough to escape from when a volley hits your way like that.
Oh, what? Laxi wasn't ready. Laxi wasn't ready, and there's no quick trade. Free exit for Walco right there. Now Classy advances, however. Needs a headshot. Neither player's giving any. Here's a second challenger, but it's a darn FAMAS. Now, in a tough spot is Grizz, but again with teammates. Marsborne playing wonderfully together. Drop the bomb in middle.
There's always just one more around that corner, isn't there? They're trying to fight for these trades, but now you've got 25 seconds left in a 2v3, and you're just now starting to work through red room. You've got to get a move on.
It's out of Viz. On the angle, he's going to take the off angle. He's going to tuck away and have two backs turned. Freshly not quite good enough. Wolfie, though, I'm not sure about the positioning here. He's playing to stop the plant. Fake on it. Looking for the kill. And it's a Tech 9 that Wolfie has picked up. That will do in the round.
Oh my god. Of course he has a Tech 9 right there. USP might just fall. But a Tech 9 just keeps his firepower up. Allows for him to close that one out there. And again, you can see how effective Marsborne are at coordinating their effort in this matchup. The collapse through middle, and you think it's a bunch of isolated duels, but there's just trades constantly favoring them. Double up in red room, double up in donut to retake middle. And Blue Jays are constantly left dropping the bomb.
More pressure put on, but it's really a one-stop shop. No extra dimension to this play. Oh my goodness, there is currently 6 smokes down on the map at once. The fog is approaching, Cole.
The fog is rising. Well, peak.
Yeah, I know you've been playing some Peak. So have I. It's actually the fog rises.
Oh, sorry.
Present. Oh, what? Oh my goodness. Junior getting challenged by 2 players. This round is not done yet, though. Walco alive, but not for much longer. Chop arrives in CT spawn. Very retakeable round, but Classy, will he get greedy for a gun? Not to be. He'll play around the site. Tucked in. Silent approach right now for Viz. Swing forward. Are you kidding me? Got the kill. Fake on the defuse.
Has to pick up the smoke. He's looking for it.
It's only a molly.
That dropped instead.
Hold on. He can still attempt to defuse. Pose up. And looking quite over. The first bullet headshot out of the Classy Tech 9, or second or the third, whatever the case. The kill came through, and the eco victory for Blue Jays.
That's an unbelievably difficult round right there. They try and keep up the aggression on the side of Blue Jays. pushing in towards A main, you feel like there's a guaranteed trade available. As we've highlighted, it's been one of their better moves here so far, is their aggression, but always is the buddy system that they go with. But Junior just punishes both with the deagle. Backed into a corner. It gets overlooked, and Blue Jays able to arrive on the board because of that. A couple of close rounds actually mean this is a little bit broken of a buy. Hodgepodge together.
So a slow creep forward. Running out of smokes, but enough for an execute here. Top sees a player. Will that force out one of his valuable pieces of util? Instead, it will go towards front cave. Aggressive move looking to be had, but Wolfie just gonna hand his back over, but Junior will take his sweet time on the shot, then goes for the wall bang. And here comes the exec. Tough time here for Chop with only a P250. Holding behind a smoke, but flanks activating here for Grizz. Does a lot of damage, but Laxi at the same time is also on a backstab. And everyone goes down. Viz nowhere to stand. And Blue Jays are clawing back.
Just so patient from Blue Jays here. I mean, that is something that they obviously like to do, is draw that clock out. Able to punish in a big way by waiting out the smokes on the top of ramp and just leaving them open to these fights that Junior takes. Up the B ramp. Timeout instantly called from Marsborne. We've seen how willing they are to call these early and often. When they got off to a slow start on Inferno, their timeout led them to a kind of a 0-7 run. I mean, obviously they had the full eco that they had to chew through, but afterwards they did not look back in that first half of Inferno. So some things to discuss off the back of losing up against the half buy and getting their money reset.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, that half by victory is responsible for like 3 rounds for the Blue Jays. I mean, losing ecos in MR12 is even more devastating. You just can't afford to do stuff like that. And it really just came down to the mechanics in that round. Sometimes you just gotta hit the shot. Cryptic stepping forward. Strangely empty sight. One USP shows itself. He's calling the bomb back. Oh, we're in for a fun round here.
Smoke still for Walco on the other end of the map, though. I think that would help out a lot with these USPs, is trying to get people gray screen through the smoke, but not available on the ramp. Instead, it's just going to have to be the USPs that fight up against the rifles, and Cryptic does have a lot of space.
Here it comes. Cryptic pushes forward, walks into a crossfire, but the mollies are just too good. Laxi can't whiff that shot. And I think Laxia will not clear the corner, but flick over fast enough. And that makes 3-all. Critically, money keeps getting broken here for Marsborne, so no AWP, or head armor, or kits. Even a FAMAS for Walco.
Extremely limited. Yeah, no kits in play here whatsoever. Trying not to sacrifice the utility. seriously limited buy here for Marsborne. They want to just win it in the early stages of this round. We'll see what they have intended here for this opening. Now met by a molly. Viz is forced to fall away.
A lot of utility expended early that Marsborne don't really have. Smokes in cave, smokes at ramp, elbow. I think some uncoordination when it comes down to that utility set.
Oh, but this is good. When you're losing out on this utility, that just does require proactivity on the map, and that's what we see out of Grizz, pressing through A main. Able to say, hey, all clear here. Can set the resources right for Marsborne, even with the lack of utility left to delay.
Oh, the walkthrough, though.
Steadily from Chop and deals with 2 with the help of Wolfie.
That's huge. I think the smoke faded, and Viz watching the walkthrough. Can't quite get the second, but site access available. Glacio wanting to make a move off the reload. Here comes the push. Easy kill for Glacio. Does he have any extras? Well, he loses his teammate, and Glacio caught out in the open between too many different minds. There was a chance.
You have that A main aggression coming through there from Grizz, which is obviously very helpful. An extra luxury of the aggression through Donut as well as the off angle initially from Chop. The fact that there were so many players there, I mean 2 players already expended on the lurk there for BLUEJAYS, getting shut down, really saves Marsborne the struggles, because rotating in towards that B set would have been very difficult if they were to make that decision earlier. Marsborne get the guns out, and they bounce back here. Timeout called from BLUEJAYS here. I want to make sure that Marsborne don't run away with this first half again.
Now, Marsborne can claw back just a bit. But now an opt-out for Junior. Will that just be a donation to Wolfie, or will it turn into a round-winning piece? Disrespecting the door smoke is bold. But now opt posted up. Surely Chop heard that. No way. They're swinging after you hear a scope on B ramp. But he doesn't have a smoke to actually stop him. Here comes the flashbang launch, and Junior falls off. An extra molly. Will there be a push down? Chop is going to continually jiggle peek. Op shot missed, though, for Junior.
There's still so much more on that corner. Good HE to do some chip damage, but they're looking decisive. It's going to be a contact approach here. Cryptic finds the opening in a second as well. That is nasty. Cryptic cracking open the bomb site here, and Wolfie looking to play savior.
Big timing.
But this round looking way too far gone here.
Big time timing. They don't know about it. Classy in the open loses the bomb. And Wolfie giving his team a chance with Grizz as well, finding a kill in middle. Can't commit to the spam, though. Onto the planter. That would be too big of a risk. Junior throwing grenades. Oh, will stay posted on the angle, however. Wolfie will not be making the big play to decide the round. Grizz to save. And the cryptic double entry. Pain train.
Contact dry up the ramp even after your op is spotted. Maybe expecting a little bit of respect there, but how quick those entries were, I mean, there's no time to react for Marsborne. A timeout that leads the IGL to open up for 2. Be able to bring a little bit of call and response here in between these 2 teams. Grizz able to hang on to his rifle. Waka with a lot of cash behind him. I don't think Blue Jays is going to be too eager to try and buy up in this round here. See what they can upgrade on. Set their sights on the next, more likely.
Walker going for the old faithful. Just gonna get him, Peak. But Grizz has got a shot back. No trade from Freshie. And a boosted high elevation peak from Viz. Man advantage, Marsborne.
It's just forcing their hand now at this point. Walking out towards A. Again, try and contact approach, but absolutely no resistance. No even information spotting out this crawl. So Grizz could be left certainly surprised here. Wolfie gonna eventually transition his way in. But they're already out.
They are in, Wolfie. Freshie is not looking at Temple at all. Wolfie chooses not to hold the angle, though. Freshie is still not respecting the Temple play at the moment, despite a player tucked in, as you can see, as the peak comes through. Yeah, Freshie should have been a dead man if he was any other gun. Well, now Laxi, his turn, potentially, but Chop on the flank. Gets gooshed up instantly. USP's closing in from multiple angles, though, and that leaves Freshie in a 1v3. 12 HP for the remainder, however, and Wolfie just needs a headshot, and he gets it! The eco victory from Marsborne with one saved AK. They can do it too!
Oh, what a bounce back right there. Wolfie able to eventually complete that kill he started on the Freshie way earlier. And the one saved AK from Grizz, even despite playing up against the 4v5, continues his aggression through A main. Blue Jays with a severe lack of utility just can't get any safety in the post plant whatsoever. They're just left a little too chaotic there. So they end up falling flat. Blue Jays left shattered here, not broken though. Still bringing it up by here. Junior with the AWP. Looking to set his sights on Cave initially. Finds the opening. Viz sideline now as the op takes initiative. Junior trying to scale them back into this game.
I mean, that's the type of initiative you want. 4 versus 5. But Grizz again back in it at A main. Wolfie's op is going to move in towards Donut. So many considerations to be making for this op. Where it's positioned will define this round.
Grizz finally pulling the trigger on this flank as well. Might be a little late, but still activating. Still have this mid lurk rolling out as well.
That doesn't spread to Walko's position. So we caught him mid. It's an angle on a Cryptic. And he finds the kill. Well, it'll spur them on into the B site potentially. 30 seconds, they don't really have a choice. In the meantime, Walko makes a move onto Cryptic, and now Chop pushes the smoke, but has to keep going or else they'll just run away from him. And that's where Junior cuts him down.
These little pauses during the execute from Blue Jays. Feels like they're so understanding of their vulnerabilities here. And they're almost not even really executing or scaling into the site. They're tossing in their execution utility, and then they're waiting for flanks in the 4v5. They're playing this one incredibly well at manipulating Marsborne into these duels. And to be honest, out of what I've seen from them today here, I don't really expect this level of poise coming through in the late rounds. But they are bringing it here on Ancient.
And Blue Jays starting off a bit rocky, but have been able to stabilize. You're talking about this in-depth mid-rounding that we're seeing from them on this map. And I think Marsborne just not as comfortable tactically. And a variety of different CT setups, especially on Inferno. Different ways to maneuver the map. But this one feels a bit more defaulted. And sometimes, you know, you see them expending so much utility at the start of these rounds, and it's BLUEJAYS who get the open site to execute. And then you also have Junior, who's really taking initiative, as we're starting to see that previous round as well. Something you'd like to see, especially from a player of Junior's caliber. He's doing everything you want him to do. He's not missing the easy shots so far in this qualifier. I think that's a big time thing that we've talked about. You know, Junior, good for his flashy flicks, but sometimes we just need bare minimum production. And he's really starting to bring that to the table throughout this quali.
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm right there with you when it comes to him hitting some more of the easier shots, but importantly, he's also bringing, I think, a little bit of X factor in the opening stages of some rounds. I mean, we see that last round after a bit of a frustrating loss, he just provides an opening pick for them instantly.
Oh. Double nades, deal a lot of damage to Cryptic. Flashbang forward though, Walco needing to inch down the ramp, but gets caught instead.
Some great setup here, but Cryptic down low, playing on the edge of this smoke. They're going to have a lot of utility to try and flush this position out as well. BLUEJAYS, again, no stranger to using that clock to force out aggression from Marsborne.
No Molotov, though, to clear cave, so this attack gets very risky. Here comes a flashbang. And first kill strikes. Viz running guns for the second. There's a 2-for-1. And suddenly we're back at equals.
45 seconds. Still not a lot of motion here, but the setup on this B side going to be tested by Junior's op. Slowly crawling up the ramp side. Might get met by a wide swing. Shadow gives it up. Chop falls to that AWP here, and a molly even on location. Chasing down this kill, but Wolfie's going to be way overrun here, and Junior finds another. Cracking open this B site. I mean, Grizz is making the rotate, but he's probably not going to stick around for much longer. I think he's going to look for a gun on Cat.
And that he's gonna get. He throws 2 smokes on top of himself. And he's getting hunted in from middle already. Laxi chasing. I mean, again, that bare minimum production we're talking about from Junior. Hitting the necessary shots. Things you like to see.
Again, in those 3v3s, when you need a little bit of X factor, him even just saying, I'm going to push forward first with the op. I mean, it is kind of a rare sign out of Junior when you talk about his familiarity and what he's comfortable with versus what he's doing in some of these rounds. Leading the charge with the op. I mean, he's doing it over towards A right now as well. Taking some initiative. Trying to clear out and play coverage for his riflers to get close by, but there's a deadly position in the tree. He's just gonna walk right into it.
Good trade there, at least from Freshy. He's very fast. But trying to escape Cryptic. In the meantime, had a player take a glimpse at him. Painting on a wall. And now, Walco in trouble. Has so many angles to deal with. Classia pushes past the smoke. It had a gap in it. And that will call curtains on this half, most likely. 7-5. No extra kills. No loose pieces.
Bomb has been planted.
And Marsborne unable to come through with the same finesse we saw on Inferno.
You're gonna have to save that for the T side. looking to clothesline chop. Easy on the inbound, just Viz left standing here at this point. 1v4 that he won't last much longer for. Laxi gonna put this half to rest here as we turn it to a quick break.
And a T-side powered there by Junior as he brings up his production levels, brings a lot of opening kills for the side of the Blue Jays, and helped out by in-game leader Cryptic, winning them so many impactful rounds. A big-time eco to get them started. Now they're up 7-5. Can they get a pistol to keep it clean? Well, a three-man mid-push is going awry. Grizz, kill by kill, is cleaning them up. It just leaves Classy to deal with the flying T-side attacker there in the form of Chop. 4 players through Donut. And Laxi late to the scene. Bomb plant should be inevitable, barring a highlight moment.
That coverage already. Laxi gonna walk into the angle
Wow.
and instantly get shut down. Not a chance to turn that corner. Grizz playing protection on his bomb. And Freshie, I mean, I guess the one last little bit of hope there is that you do have a smoke, you do have a kit, and people like to leave this bomb site early. You got nothing to lose. Can you make something special happen here? It's ticking. They're all still in Donut, though.
Nah. This is not happening. Nope.
Oh, maybe.
No.
Smoke on the bomb.
Hey, oh my god.
Oh.
It's gonna happen.
Oh.
Or is it?
Oh.
No. And he gets 3 players. It's a triple kill for Freshie on the way out. But,
I actually don't even
away.
know if he had time to defuse fully.
I think he did.
You think so?
I think he did, yeah.
Wow. Smart idea right there. I'd love to see that attempt. Even if it doesn't go your way. Again, saving $400 gets always nice, but winning a round like that, stealing it away is so valuable. Instead, Force Buy comes in a reaction from Blue Jays to make it work with MP9s.
You might be
Eagles in the
wondering,
mix.
the way I know that is because I've played like maybe 1,500 hours of community server retakes, alright? I know what 5 seconds looks like.
You can feel it.
Yeah, you could literally, I just feel it in my bones at this point. Double swing is perfection. Force Buy could be dealt with. This could be Marsborne not only equalizing, but potentially taking a lead. Round's not done yet. I mean, let's see if Cryptic has a miracle. Could he catch players with utility in hand? The walking gun out, and there you go. There's the molly. There's the bomb flying forward, but not the second. Not another 5-7 headshot.
A nice angle from Cryptic there to create that disruption, but instant trade comes through eventually. Freshie moving maybe past the smoke there, and aggression down B is also punished. And they spot out at least where one player is. Freshie's still an unknown quantity, but they should be able to beat them to the punch, scaling in towards the B side. And that's a big sound cue. Freshie missing his jump, needs Chop as coverage on the flank, but he can't land that kill. Freshie ducks his bullets right there, and it's a chance now.
Both players get out towards long. Oh, deals a barrel C, not quite. But that flashbang just reveals everything, and a self-flash as well. Wide swing gets him, and it's down to Viz. He gets double swung, and they win the Force Buy. You can't be serious. 3 versus 4. Multiple attempts, but a coughed up round. And Blue Jays are back.
I mean, that's just, again, it's one of those situations where it's unlosable. Getting flashbangs out right there when you possess such a massive element of surprise. They obviously have to look all over the site for you, and revealing yourself like that just opens the door so easily. A big missed chance to just kind of dunk in a lead here. Lay it up. I mean, that was so straightforward in the 2v2. Now Marsborne have to bounce back with a Force Buy. Blue Jays now taking the reins on this one.
And Jiggle Pete from Lax, he does see Walko advance.
Trying to work in towards Red Room here for Walko. On the other end of that smoke is Classio waiting patiently.
So Cryptic is solo right now. 2 Tech 9s charging at him. A third to the party is Viz. Beaks forward. Here come the Tech 9s. Cryptic on the line. Good trade from Wolfie. And the B-side execute begins. Smoke to short. Cave entry is possible. Walko's still here. Outside red. But it comes down to Classio, who can't get the double. Spray control from Viz all over the place, but it is enough. 91 damage dink there for Walko makes this possible.
Makes it a whole lot easier. Utility's still on play, though. Oh, HE's missed. Molly is a little better here, and a quick trade rolls out. It puts all the pressure on Viz. And 1v2 here. Trying to slow the round down.
You can segment the duels. Laxi on the swing. First headshot's good, but Freshie is just gonna stick it, and he's gonna win it. A good effort from Marsborne on the force. But Viz is able to save his gun. It's Freshie with ice in his veins on the defuse.
Yeah, risky stick, but I think whenever you're dealing with a situation where your opponent's low on HP and in those 1v1s, it's so common for them to kind of turtle in their locations as opposed to go all in and try and take the duel. Try and play more off the bomb as opposed to going for those swings. So Good read from Freshie in the clutch. Saves Blue Jays the concern of this one going 2 back and forth early, but with a bomb plant and 4 kills, you know they're going to keep the pressure on. Not giving up on this one. To an A execute. This is a pretty heavy defense leaning towards A, though. Smokes miss as well. One landed on the top of Donut. That's not where it's intended for. And way too many targets, but
wait a minute.
Entries are still found.
Cannot be planting the bomb in right now here for Klassia. Instead, he goes up and over. Going back through the smoke, though. Chop is waiting, and he gets the easy kill. Back to the 2v2. Bomb on the ground, however. Players back default here. Wolfie does have a molly, but the question is, how does he want to use it? Smoke to CT, and Cryptic's crosshair gets drawn away by Chop, leaving Freshie, who is still unknown. The 1v2, he's not going to move. He will sit inside the smoke. He will wait forever. Here's a re-smoke from Chop.
He budged a little bit here, but he's still stuck inside the smoke, waiting for the bomb plant here instead.
He's ready to move through. Off the plant. Here he goes. Back of the site. Both players in front of him and getting closed in by Chop. Marsborne come back into it. They keep force buying, and this time it works.
Yeah, I mean, so close, putting so much pressure. But eventually it cracks through, and they pull around back. Some excellent coverage. I mean, that is so challenging between Chop and Wolfie trying to coordinate in that 2v2, but I think the smoke was thought to be a flash by Cryptic right there, so he turns his crosshair away. Wolfie capitalizes perfectly on a multifunctional smoke. Now they just have to survive a force by Blue Jays, something that they ran into earlier on, and Chop taking a lot of damage here, challenging the 5-7s.
I don't like this, as he goes down to second deagle headshot from Junior. Can anyone win a normal round?
Cryptic scared off of A main. He got punished, but he still has a chance to fire up here. Misses out on the kill. Pushing the smoke. Equalizes into a 3v3 now. Freshie going in for the all-in risk. Hoping that that plan was immediately evacuated. That wasn't the case, though.
Walker's still in middle, too. Is he going to flick down in time to take down Laxi, who will give up his back instead? The kills just come right to Marsborne, despite the monster double deagle from Junior.
He's going to need to do more than just 2 here at this point. They're grouping up, ready to walk out in towards it. He has a smoke to try and play off of in some fashion. He's going to toss it in towards Donut, but he's vulnerable. And his side is turned here. It goes for a challenge, goes for a combo, and it's a third kill from Junior.
There's a smoke on Donut, too. He could run forward, try and deny. Oh! And he does! Junior on for the ace! He needs 5 deagle headshots in this round, and now he has backup as well. Klassia coming back in through the Donut, waiting for the smoke to fade. And it'll be Klassia to win it. 4-1 deags from Junior. Can you believe it?
I can't, man. That is so disgusting when you watch the round crumble around you, especially as you're the one still alive. As your teammates get aggressive and give up the advantage that you created, knowing you have to do even more in that moment. Junior arrives to the occasion. 4 nasty deagle headshots there, and Blue Jays will be able to strike right back.
The craziest part is that it's still neck and neck, by the way. There's still a force buy back from Marsborne. And if Blue Jays lose it, they're back on square one. It's 10-7. Blue Jays have a lead, but this game is as close as can be. And it's just going to be a B hit. It's a B hit that's absolutely perfect for the situation. Cryptic drops the smoke. This is already lurking through his, though. He's just made incredible amounts of noise. And a scramble back. Now Cryptic in need of a headshot here. It's AK putting on the pressure. Cryptic goes down. It's a 3 for 2 here. Mutil out. Laxi falls. A litany of trades. A 1v2 for Classy now.
I mean, a chance to show up with his heroics. He's been so good in the clutch, walking into Wolfie, who extends through the short side, catches him off guard, and it is more call and response here. Marsborne not giving it up.
Every round except for one that has been collected this half has been a force buy. Besides the freshie stick on the defuse, only force buys have won. Everyone's been battling with pots and pans, a spatula here and there. It is an absolute bar fight on Ancient now.
Wait a second. Are Blue Jays saying
No,
enough is enough?
No, I mean, they could. But, like, what are you doing in the next round?
It's still kind of double eco territory, right? Junior's on 14K.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
1400, rather.
It's only 19 loss bonus here. 19 loss bonus. They are going to admit defeat.
All right. A little bit of restraint shown here from the CT side.
Miss Molly, are you kidding?
Right.
No. There's no way. There's no way that just happened.
No freebies here. The flank is coming through lightning fast, and they're still not scaling in towards B.
Cryptic
Should still
has an
be up to the
AK.
punch here at this point, right? But yeah, Cryptic can delay, and they're still not scaling.
The flank is fast. And Cryptic dueling. Where's the smoke for short? Oh my god, the flank's already here. Oh my goodness. They're not watching it. They're not watching it. Grizz is going to check and see the entire team and spray down 3. All right. Never mind me. 35 bullets in the Galil. That's good enough. There's no way they can get anything more. Surely, right? Well, 1, not the second. Instant headshot from Chop will keep this down, but this only makes the next buy for the Blue Jays even more tantalizing.
Is that next buy coming now, though? It is not half buy, actually. 5 MP9s here in the mix. I guess Junior going to save for an APA the next, so... I mean, man, you just have to imagine what could have been if they went for another force buy. Same call, same exact read, but would have had armor and better firepower behind it. I mean, it's probably a different story. Instead, opportunity to line it up 10 to 10. These MP9s can still be deadly. Great HE and Laxi elevating on the shelf side. Trying to cause disruption on the back of the flashbang here. Create some chaos. Chop actually the one to find the opener.
What is going on down here? Hi there. That works out. A good attempt with MP9s, I won't lie. I like the idea. The idea is, well, it should be enough. Oh god, it is messy. Everyone's taking loads of damage. But at the end of the day, it is just Junior. He does not have his trusted eagle. And a smoke to red room will all but make this round anticlimactic.
Chop saying, hey, the water's nice over here on B. You guys are so inclined to join up with me. Junior inclined to give him a bit of a mid-peek. And the window missed, just barely.
Looking to get one of those guns that are down. There's an AK that has fallen on short. And Chop, or rather it's Walco playing up guard duty. As Junior jumps up. It's dealt with. It is 10-all. Marsborne, the victor of the Force Buy Wars. It was Blue Jays to bend the knee for this purchase. They can get out ops. They can get out everything. For the price of a couple of rounds.
So busy trying to nurse this lead here. But it is in jeopardy at this point. Tied up. But they prioritize making sure Junior can get an off here. The constant force by wars haven't really facilitated that. So that's the big decision here. Or why they call out this eco. Now Molly chips off a little bit of damage, but Cryptic is through it here instead of hanging back.
Main control, mid control, and out of utility are Blue Jays. A map underneath Marsborne's thumb right now. Now working towards Cave. Freshie forced for a fight, and both kills go the way of Marsborne. That is devastating.
Got a huge mid lurk as well. Map control fully in favor. Glacier tries to pick up the mantle. Laxi playing passive, but this leads to a scale slowly up the ramp, which is the big vulnerability on this B site right now. No one covering.
The advance begins. Classia holding on the angle. Laxi, though, comes in on a timing as they contact walk forward. Grizz does have the instant kill. Walker with one of his own, and the B site vaporizes.
So much resources spent on this B site for cave control just to get punished like that from the combo of Fizz and Chop. Tearing through this CT side. And now Junior's up in jeopardy here. Grizz on the line. He's got it covered. Will be able to drop the op that they saved so long for. And doesn't even get a shot to pop off in this round. Doesn't get that luxury here. Marsborne now take the lead away from Blue Jays.
I mean, that op was like a family heirloom. It was saved for generations to get. Bought with the retirement money. But immediately goes to waste. And it could cost Blue Jays a chance at ESL Pro League. The team that took a map off of M80. That's newsworthy here in North America. And now potentially falling 2-0 unless a junior masterclass is back. But that won't happen today. Instead, it's the 5-7s.
Oh my god.
2 kills, but Grizz will send a lightning strike down onto Classia. Laxi finished up next. And Cryptic with hardly anything to do.
Just hold on. Keep his armor here. Try and set the focus. He's got to work his way through Temple, but this 1v3 just not an option. No mistakes given over. Marsborne on the brink of 12, and they will capture it. Digging deep, but this is what we know this team has, is a big bag of tricks for this T side. That Wolfie and Lucid connect, rolling through with Grizz stepping into second map here, firing on all cylinders. The openings are instant.
Terrorists win.
Could you believe it? Marsborne, Force by Wars, absolute slugfest. And now we have it here. It's series point to eliminate Blue Jays from ESL Pro League. Team that retooled themselves for this season to fall at this juncture to other arms racing teams here in North America. I mean, we're seeing the protocols from Lucid and Wolfie. This one to be an A rush to overwhelm the setup. You've got to be kidding me. What a shot from Grizz.
Oh, it's desperation spam trying to trade it out for Laxi, but they're moving quick and mad into this A side. Still yet to plant the bomb. But they've got more smokes. They've got more utility to try and recycle to provide that security. It's just being tossed in now. And that's the extra protection they need.
No spam. He's thinking about it. But
Oh my
he's
God.
just given up. Like, he's frustrated, infuriated of what's happening right now.
At a breaking point. Trying to move in, though.
Wolfie stepping in towards the donut. Shoulder scene. Insta headshot. And the remaining two from Temple should be doomed. Crossfire awaits them as they progress forward right into Grizz. It's 13-10 for Marsborne. It's a 2-0. Blue Jays are eliminated from ESL Pro League contention. It's the unlikely faces of Marsborne advancing forward in the lower bracket.
Yeah, had some struggles to start off this qualifier here, having to deal with the coach